Good morning, fourth graders. Today we are on page 101, and we are going to continue working with weight. So our goal today, or our objective today, is today I will solve weight conversion word problems. Okay, yesterday we started this and we looked at the two different types of our weight. We have the US system, and in the United States we use pounds and ounces. And I said to be very careful to pay attention to what the abbreviations are, because those confuse people often. Pound is abbreviated LB and ounce is abbreviated OZ. Okay, in the metric system, we said the base measurement is grams. Okay, yesterday we also talked about the words mass and weight. For our purposes in math, we're going to say they're the same. A scientist would disagree, but here on Earth and in math, we're going to say that they're the same. Okay, for our steps, we said that, remember our first step says identify the units you are working with. And that means, are we using US or are we using metric? For step 2, we're going to decide our tool. So our tool is going to be a conversion chart if it's US. If it's metric, it's going to be King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. That's going to be our tool for metric. And then step 3 is we're going to refer to our chart or our King Henry to help us make our conversion. Okay, I'm putting down my green pen and grabbing my red, so if you want to set down your pencil and just watch with me. Here is my first problem. My first problem says a backpack weighs 11,000 grams. How much does it weigh in kilograms? Okay, so step 1 is determine what system I'm using, US or metric. And that is part of the metric system. So step 2 is I'm going to use my tool. So my tool for metric system is King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. And my base measurement for weight is grams. Remember we said our bases are meters, liters, and grams. Meters for length and then grams for weight. Okay, so my problem is they want me to tell them 11,000 grams equals how many kilograms? So they want me to go from grams to kilograms. So grams to kilograms, I moved 1, 2, 3 to the left. So in my number 11,000, I always add the decimal to the end. I'm going to move it 1, 2, 3 to the left, which leaves me with 11.000, which is the same as 11. So my answer is 11 grams. Okay, let's look at another problem. My next problem says, John wants to mail a package weighing 5 pounds. How much will it weigh in ounces? Okay, so my measurements are pounds and ounces. So step 1 is I have to ask myself, is that US or metric? And that is the US system. So my tool is going to be a conversion chart. And my conversion chart is going to be pounds and ounces. So I'm going to use the abbreviation LB and OZ. Well, 1 pound is 16 ounces. 2 pounds is 32 ounces because I'm just adding 16. 3 pounds is 48 ounces. 4 pounds, if I can't do that in my head, I could come over here and add. 8 plus 6 is 14. 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 1 more is 64. And I have to keep going because I will need to know about 5 pounds. So 5 pounds would be 64 plus another 16 ounces gives me 80 ounces. So my answer is 80 ounces. Okay, let's look at one more together. In the U.S. customary system, what unit of measurement is most appropriate to measure the mass of a baby? Well, I think a baby, this one's a little tricky because normally if it was a person, we would say pounds. But if you've ever heard them talk about babies, we usually say how many pounds and ounces. So I'm going to actually say it's pounds and ounces. For adults or older kids, we just say how many pounds we weigh. But babies, they usually say pounds and ounces. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to put my red pen down and grab my green one. And if you could open your books to page 102. Okay, our first problem is, let me get mine set up for you, is if a bunch of bananas weighs 4 kilograms, how many grams do the bananas weigh? Okay, so let's look at this. Kilograms and grams, I first ask myself, is it US or metric? And hopefully you're saying metric. Then I ask myself, what tool do I use? So I use King Henry died by drinking, sorry, I was making my B better. King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. And my base measurement is grams for weight. Okay, my problem says they want to know 4 kilograms equals how many grams? So they're starting at kilograms and going to grams. So they're starting here and going 1, 2, 3. So they went 3 to the right. So let's take our digit 4, add a decimal, and go 1, 2, 3 to the right. And we could fill those in. So our answer is 4,000 grams. Wow, a bunch of bananas. So a bunch of bananas might have like 3, 4, maybe even 5. It's usually what you get from the store. But even if it only had 4 on it, that means one banana weighs 1,000 grams. So grams is a very small measurement. Okay, let's look at our next one. How many pounds is 96 ounces? So my words I see are pounds and ounces. So I know that my measurement system is US. And for US, my tool is going to be a conversion chart with pounds, abbreviated LB, and ounces, abbreviated OZ. Okay, so I know 1 pound is 16 ounces. 2 pounds is 32 ounces. 3 pounds is 48 ounces because I'm adding 16 each time. 4 pounds, I had just done this because I wasn't sure, remember? And it was 64 ounces. And on the one I did, 5 pounds was 80 ounces. And look what's going to happen. 6 pounds is going to be 96 ounces. And I knew this because we just did one together, or I just did one while you watched. So my answer is 6 pounds, or our answer. Okay, let's look at our last one. In the metric system, what unit of weight is most appropriate when measuring the mass of a dining table? Okay, so our metric system, remember we're only talking about kilograms and grams. Okay, so are we going to use kilograms or grams to measure a dining table? Well, if one banana we thought maybe weighs 1,000 grams, imagine how much a dining table weighs. So I think it must be kilograms because it sounds like grams is way too small of a measurement. Okay, boys and girls, what you're going to do now is you are going to be turning the page and working on page 103, 104, and 105. Have a great afternoon, and I will see you tomorrow.